Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. So glad you could join us on this Saturday night. I'm Kevin Harlan along with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, our terrific analysts, and David Aldridge is our sideline reporter. We've got the Bucks and Philadelphia. And, of course, they're looking forward to the return, guys, of John Henson.
Yeah, and I don't like the sound of that at all. I mean, they're going to miss him, and by all indications, they're going to miss him for a long time. That was the exact opposite of the news they wanted to hear.
And you know, for the player, how frustrated he is. All that hard work you put in, just devastating.
Butler, no good. And it's the Bucks ball.
You think about a coach looking into the eyes of one of his players and telling him to match up with GIANNIS ANTETOKOUNMPO and all the things that he brings to the table. That's a long night of restlessness before you match up. Press up on him, he'll blow by you. In transition, he's at the rim in 2 dribbles. Tough to stop that kid.
Outside Butler. Stolen by Bledsoe. And the foul on Eric Bledsoe. That's his first foul. And here's Chandler, who brings it up for the 76ers. Outside Butler. 76ers moving the ball around. Over Middleton. And it's Butler missing. On offense here, the Bucks. The 11-footer. And it's Antetokounmpo with the bucket inside. Antetokounmpo's got the scoreboard going with his first points of the night for the Bucks. Pass to Simmons. The kick outside to Butler. And the 3 off target. And here in the first, closing in on 2 minutes play. And it's blocked. And that's out of bounds. Milwaukee will retain possession. Here's Middleton. Over in the corner, Antetokounmpo. Embiid with the steal. And the wide open shot from Redick. Another miss by Philadelphia.
Yeah, they're a little bit cold here. 0 for 4 to get this one going. Yeah, his shot just doesn't seem to be synced up right now. Here's hoping he finds it soon because his team is really going to need that production tonight.
And Butler, here we go. The shot by Redick, no good.
Yeah, slow start right now. 5 straight misses to get this one going.
And a long way to go, Brent, but there are some early signs of a legitimate playoff contender, championship contender.
When we talk about that, Kevin, you and I always are leery of the fact of how many of these guys have had the experience of being scarred up in the early rounds of the playoffs, having to advance or beat a team that's proven before. Right now, there are some teams out there that are raising our eyebrows where we think they're going to have an opportunity. If they keep growing like this and they keep finding this type of consistency, they could be dangerous.
You'd like to think they're going to use those scars, as you say, from the past and motivate them even more.
Well, those are the teams who we believe can always take the next step.
Sure.
It's the young teams that are unproven, even though they're playing well, where we sometimes wonder, will they be able to maintain this kind of focus come playoff time?
Here's Embiid. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Embiid's got his first points of the night.
Well, this is when you start to talk about Redick not just always looking for offense, clearly looking for teammates there.
And where's the help? Obviously, a missed rotation, something they're going to want to patch up.
Well, you have to be able to trust each other on the defensive end of the floor. Otherwise, the whole thing is just going to crumble.
And they pick up 2.
And how about the passion of Simmons? Just sticking with it on the glass.
First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. And it's Antetokounmpo penetrating. That one doesn't go. Outside, Simmons. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. And Ben Simmons, who missed the first season in the NBA with an injury, boy, Greg, was he worth the wait.
And you knew he'd be a special kind of player after being taken first overall, but he is so unique
and how great of a player he is. His ability to command attention on offense without having a great outside shot really is something you just don't see in today's NBA.
And it's out of bounds. They say last touch by Bledsoe.
Yeah, tremendous hustle just to get a hand on that one.
Anticipation, reads the play all the way. So close to a steal.
Now, here is Muscala. And, oh, here we go. Lopez has got it, the fast break chance. Can't get it to fall.
Now, those are the kind of shots you like him taking. Even though he missed it, the offense will take those.
The 76ers have gone 1 for 2 on the night so far from the line.
At the line for 2.
Well, probably a little draft in the arena tonight. He's the last guy you expect to miss the mark by that much.
Absolutely. Now here's Middleton. He's still scoreless so far in this one. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
Well, Middleton right now staying aware of where his teammates are and hitting them when they're open.
Here's McConnell. Shoots over Brogdon. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. The 76ers have gone 2 of 4 at the free throw line.
TJ McConnell. Taking 2 shots.
No good on the second free throw.
And here in the early going, missed free throws starting to become the storyline.
Down it goes. Nice one there from Antetokounmpo.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
Here's Korkmaz. McConnell with it. Eric Bledsoe covering. Launches a 3. And a clear foul there as he shot the triple. He'll go to the line for 3 free throws. It goes on Eric Bledsoe.
At the line.
For Philadelphia, they have shot 3 of 6 at the foul line.
2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. Good on both. And here's Middleton bringing it up now for Milwaukee. Here's Antetokounmpo. He's got 12. Banked in off the glass. Antetokounmpo's got 14.
Well, this is where Giannis does all of his damage. He gets inside the paint, has the size to work you back, and then stretch out and score.
Giannis Antetokounmpo, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for Milwaukee. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And look what we've seen from Milwaukee. What do you think, guys?
I mean, through that first quarter, to me, it's all about their D.
Well, there's a lot of ways to build a lead. This one's built on stops.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game. The G League is testing out more ways to speed up the game. Shorter overtime periods, a 14-second shot clock after an offensive rebound. You think those are necessary things?
I think they're worth trying out, Kevin. I don't know necessarily that they're necessary. Is that redundant?
No,
it might have
like
been.
It makes sense when you say it.
But the league always exploring ways to improve the game, and I commend Adam Silver and the competition committee for trying.
Bucks leading by 3. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
And Brent, you look at Giannis Antetokounmpo's slashing game. Standing, maybe a hair under 7 foot tall. How do you even put it into words?
Well, it's hard to imagine a more perfect frame for today's game in terms of getting in transition, having a versatile offensive game, putting it down, getting to the rack. The one thing that we're anxious to see is whether or not Giannis will develop the type of range from the three-point line that makes it respectable. Other than that, he's pretty much unstoppable.
Happy to see that one go in for his second make in 5 attempts.
Butler's just so skilled at finding ways to score inside, utilizes his height and strength well, and varies that release point.
Knocks it loose. And Muscala has it in the corner. And out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
From the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Brett Brown coached the Sixers team through some really lean years. Now, the promise started to show last season, but he said, I don't feel close to the notion that we've arrived. I'm hardened, just doing my job and moving forward. Kevin?
And continuing the process, D.A., thanks.
We talk a lot about Russell Westbrook and the way that he attacks every game. I think in the Eastern Conference, Giannis Antetokounmpo might be the same way, just tenacious and full of energy, and he fills up.
Philadelphia trails by 6. Butler on the wing. Pass to Embiid. Chandler outside. Some nice ball movement here by the 76ers. The shot by Butler, nobody around. The baseline J off the mark. Here's Antetokounmpo. Offensive rebound.
Like the tactics on defense there, refusing to give the shooter the easy layup at the rim.
And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. Outside Butler. Here's Simmons. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Simmons got 7 points in the game.
A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now.
And he recovers it. Antetokounmpo with the bucket.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Knocks down the 3-ball.
And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
Yeah, he might not be the biggest guy out there, but he's willing to rip that rim off.
Pass to Simmons. And the foul on Eric Bledsoe. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
Yeah, looking up at the scoreboard, guys, that's his 3rd foul, and his coach has to consider now sitting him down.
Stolen by Middleton.
The instincts on defense on full display there. It was a gamble for sure, but it paid off big time in the form of a steal.
And the length of Butler can be a real problem. You've got to respect his reach, and this is a guy who can block shots from the wing.
And Jimmy Butler's a very physical wing, as we know, Greg. Goes about 6'8", 240, and he can D up almost any position.
And the strength to deal with forwards, the quickness to cover guards. Also, he uses that strength to attack the rim and get himself to the line.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Bank shot, no good. Philadelphia trails by 5. Here's Butler. And slam dunk by Butler.
Just an amazing feel for the game. Simmons is so gifted at reading the floor.
Here's Antetokounmpo. No good that time. And the 76ers go the other way with it. To the paint. Here's Embiid. Lopez with the block. And it's Antetokounmpo penetrating. Wasted no time on that one. Antetokounmpo's got 13 points in just this quarter.
It's going to take a little more to get Antetokounmpo off of his mark there. Adept at finishing those difficult shots.
Basket counts. And it's 9 points for Ben Simmons.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Outside, Redick. That's a 2 from Butler. Gets the jumper from the corner to fall. And now just a 1-point Milwaukee lead.
And boy, has he picked it up since the start of the second. His shots now starting to fall.
Back to Lopez. To the wing right side. And stolen by Simmons. And here we go. Outside Butler. Embiid is at the elbow. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
And again, the Bucks miss.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
And that one's good. Simmons. And now a 3-point 76ers lead.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee.
And they've let things get out of hand. Good time to reconvene.
They're just on the wrong end right now of a big run, and they need to plan how they're going to shift the momentum of the game.
"19 seconds left from the first half of basketball. Pass to Connaughton. Dellavedova scanning the floor. Can they get it? So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. 76ers lead by 3. And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Talk about what it means to be a good teammate, Brent. You've played with good ones. You've played with bad ones. I've always thought you were team first when you played.
Well, I appreciate that, Kevin. There's just an idea about what it is that you can contribute to the team. I think you always have to accentuate those ideals. Your approach on a daily basis has to be consistent, and if you're a starting player, it's one mentality, and if you're somebody that plays off the bench, you have to come to practice every day to push the guy that's in front of you and wait for your opportunity. But most of the time, it's that kind of consistency with which you come to work and the attitude of making sure that I want to make any kind of contribution I can for our team's success. That usually is a pretty good formula for a good teammate.
Pass to Connaughton. Just 5 on the clock. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That one on Embiid.
Well, Dellavedova is a 2-speed player, first and second gear, but smart enough to read the situation there and end up drawing the foul.
Matthew Dellavedova won a title with the Cleveland Cavs back in 2016. The Australian, one of the league's high-effort players, certainly, Brent, a motor that does not stop.
They always talk about just how scrappy he is, willing to get out there and compete and do the dirty work. That's where Delly ends up paying off the most. Guys like him help establish a really good culture of hard work and competitiveness.
Philadelphia moving the ball around. And it's in. Basket number 6 for him thus far. He has only missed 2 shots from the floor.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
From beyond the arc. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. Simmons on the wing. 13 points in the game. Chandler right side. Pass to Embiid. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Embiid's got the lead up to 3 now for Philadelphia.
And you can see that Butler is the total package. Solid at recognizing when one of his guys is open.
Dellavedova from outside. And Embiid pulls it down.
And they've only connected on 1 of 4 to start the half. Their offense is sputtering just a little bit here.
And he gets the bucket. Chandler's got his first points of the night.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. And Wilson Chandler, during the NBA lockout back in 2011, Brent, decided to keep playing, but it was in China.
Yeah, his deal did not have an out clause, so that's how committed he was to getting himself laced up and on the court. And once the NBA lockout ended, he couldn't just come back and pick up where he left off. He had to stay in China, finish the season, and then return to the Nuggets.
A different look for Milwaukee. Pass to Antetokounmpo. He can't hit that time. And Philadelphia the other way now.
Yeah, the offense scuffling a bit to start this second half. Only 1 for the first 5.
Philadelphia leading by 5. This offense has really been clicking.
And they know it, guys. They're playing right now with the kind of energy that is hard to deal with.
A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
Yeah, Giannis has the hard hat on right now, going to work. So good, so long, just terrorizing the D.
It's tipped. And that's out of bounds. Philadelphia will retain possession.
Well, somehow they kept possession of the ball after that poor pass. They should be very thankful that wasn't a turnover.
Pass to McConnell. Here's Korkmaz. To the middle. Johnson. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
And the double up on Antetokounmpo. It's stolen by Muscala. Back to McConnell. And Muscala has it in the corner. Pass to Johnson. Oh, and the jam by Johnson.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Well, terrific anticipation using the hands. How are you not protecting the basketball in that situation?
Shamet. And the 3 off target. Milwaukee trails by 5. Here's Antetokounmpo. Pass to Bledsoe. Inside. Middleton outside. And it's off from 3-point range. One item that stood out, their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking, and more importantly, it makes it really hard to defend.
Second shot opportunity. And the rejection by Antetokounmpo.
If they play it right, we're talking a 2-for-1.
Yeah, this is where it comes down to really good clock management, and you want to maximize each of your possessions.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Pass to McConnell. To the inside. Muscala. Misses in close.
You can see he just rushed that a little bit. Lost the focus, I think.
Bledsoe likes to get to the interior. That time, a good job getting near the bucket to score.
It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. 76ers on top, up 3. And we'll have the start of the fourth quarter for you as soon as... And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Now a timeout called by Milwaukee.
Well, the Bucks with the superstar talent in Giannis Antetokounmpo, the critical decision this summer for selecting a new coach came down to a very qualified one in Mike Budenholzer, and with all the options out there, 9 coaching changes, I think that Bud saw the opportunity in Milwaukee as being a great one to push this team a little bit forward The talent on the roster, tantalizing enough for him to head to Milwaukee after his stint in Atlanta.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Mike Budenholzer had some words for his team during the break. This game is obviously close, could go either way, and he wanted to make sure that his guys were all on the same page and were all staying with the game plan in order to close this one out. Kevin?
And Mike Budenholzer, the 2015 Coach of the Year, 4 titles, Brent, as an assistant in San Antonio. How do you like the fit for him now in Milwaukee?
Well, I think that the players are going to really enjoy the attention to detail that Coach Bud and his entire staff who are coming with him will put into place. There's an efficiency with which they'll get the work done, and they're going to have to be thinking on their feet, learning a new offense and some things fundamentally on defense that he'll get them excited about.
Simmons on the wing. It falls for his 7th bucket of the contest. He's 7 for 9.
And Simmons is a purebred scorer, a dominant offensive talent who can score in so many ways.
Back to Bledsoe. And Zoe Antetokounmpo looking over it. And the double up on Antetokounmpo. Good D by Embiid. And Simmons has got the ball here for Philadelphia. It's a 3-point game. And out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession. Timeout called, the Bucks. Milwaukee trails by 3. Bounce pass from Bledsoe. It's Antetokounmpo on the wing. The Bucks working the ball around. Shoots over Embiid. And too long on the shot. A little over a minute and a half of the 4th quarter gone now. And he uses the glass on the layup.
And you don't want to allow too many of those short ones with the game right now in the balance.
And it's Antetokounmpo penetrating. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And you know what? He's really been one of the few bright spots for them, trying to will this team to victory.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And when Simmons is taking it strong to the cup, he's looking for a foul. Love this guy's aggressive.
Good on the second free throw.
Even with one miss, he stretched this out to a 2-possession game.
To the middle. And he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
Just more and more you see these small little plays that give you an idea how much Giannis is assimilating with his offensive game. Angles, passes, and more playmaking.
Here's Simmons. And he goes big with the dunk over Brook Lopez.
You can't let Simmons get going off of these dunks. His confidence just soars when he slams it down like that.
Left side, Antetokounmpo. No good on the free throw. And that trip coming up empty, missing both. Philadelphia leading by 4. Here's Simmons. It drops. That's his 9th field goal of the contest. A blistering hot 9 for 11.
And Simmons really using his insane athleticism on that drive. A remarkable penetrator who really carves up the defense.
Giannis Antetokounmpo is a star in this league, and more the team trusts him in those moments.
Embiid is at the elbow. And Embiid throws it down.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
Redick with the 3. The 76ers get it back and a new 24. Stolen by Middleton. Down low. Here's Antetokounmpo. Gets it to go from 8 feet. Antetokounmpo's got 39.
competing hard down the stretch. He wants the ball. That time, he delivers.
He's a dangerous scorer in general, but there he zeroes in on what matters most.
And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Here's Embiid. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. And 12 points for Joel Embiid.
Mindset right now is pretty strong. Superb at staying aggressive and right now stringing some plays together.
Outside for Redick. Back to Simmons. Stolen by Bledsoe.
And at a certain point, there's just nothing more you can do.
Well, they're nearing that point right now. Everything would have to go perfectly just to give them a shot.
Simmons feeling it out a bit. Right wing. Outside Butler. Clock at 6. The 76ers need to get off a shot. They get it back. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo.
Time working against them here.
Got to grab a quick score and a foul, and even then it might be too late.
Count it! And now they trail by just 4.
This is why you got to love where Giannis is in the young part of his career, willing to drain a crucial shot for his ball club.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
And no good as the first free throw missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second. And the second of 2 is good. That puts them up by 5.
It feels like J.J. Redick has every part of this game buttoned up, especially when it comes to getting high percentage and quality shots.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. They trailed by 5. 11 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Middleton for 3. Connects from downtown.
Chris Middleton showing a lot of poise and taking over a very critical possession for his team.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
Good on the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead. So he gets them both, and it's a 4-point ball game.
So important to just stay poised, go through your routine. He did a good job there of just keeping his composure and putting those 2 away.
It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. From outside, off the mark. So it's Philadelphia taking the W in a close one here. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making sure it didn't get away from them late.
Yeah, I mean, they faced some challenges, but really held firm when they needed to. On both ends, just effective in terms of coming away with this win.